as he told you, my name is Kristin Scroggin, and I am a generational diversity expert. Normally when you've heard this before, you've heard it associated with people that hate millennials. That is not who I am. I'm a huge millennial advocate. They are massive and they are coming. And so if you don't begin to figure out how to get this new generation in and get them incorporated into your workforce very, very soon, and how to retain them, that's your big problem, right? How to retain them, then you're gonna have some problems. Have you heard the expression of muchness? Someone's too much. They're too much. They're too overwhelming. They just intimidate everyone around them. They're just too much. And somewhere in my life, I ended up trying to go, wow, I better figure this sucker out. Because it's a tightrope, especially being a female in the Deep South, of owning your muchness. And so that's what I'm going to kind of talk to you today. I'm going to give you 5 good tips that will help you get more comfortable with your particular level of muchness. And the main reason I want you to know this and how it links to what I do is because millennials are very comfortable with their muchness. They're totally fine with not conforming to any of the rules that you say. And the main reason why is this: you're not happy. So why would they do the exact same things that you've been doing every single day? We look at them and we say, get a job. What's wrong with you? Get a job. Now, how many of you go home and complain about your job? And have from the time your babies were tiny, right? They're waiting later to get married. Average age 31 across the country right now of millennials getting married. Why is that? We look at our spouses and we're like, oh my God, I hate you. Why did I get married so early? You took the best years of my life, right? You have all that kind of conversation. So they're going, well, wait, I might as well wait on that. I don't want to go through a divorce. I don't want to go through many of the things that we see the millennials doing and owning is very much because we've been telling them as a society for years and years and years, get comfortable with who you are, be fine with who you are as a person, and don't make the same mistakes as we did. And so now we're looking at them and we're like, ugh. You with your dogs instead of children, and in your brain you're like, that was so brilliant. Why do I not have dogs instead of children? Right? And you're refusing to buy houses. Oh my God, I would never have to mow the grass. Right? We're in this weird competition between them, and a lot of it is because their muchness overflows. There is a refusal to conform in this particular generation that just rubs the older generations wrong. So let me introduce you real quick to the generations because you're nosy and you want to know. All right. So here's how we look at our different generations. The oldest generation we currently look at are called the traditionalists. You also hear them called the silent generation. You might have also heard those referred to as the greatest generation. Has anybody ever heard that before? So actually, just in case you're wondering, or any millennials want to slam that in someone's face later on, that's not right. The generation one up from them, the GIs, are technically the greatest generation. They were the ones who originally had that. Now, the main reason why we even care about this particular generation right now when we're talking about the workplace is because these are the people that created the good American worker. All of the rules that we currently conform to in America are because they took them from 40 years of military training and said, let's pick this up and drop it on top of our culture and see how it works. I'll give you a great example. Uniforms. Are uniforms important in the military? Yes. Yes. Tell me why. You need to know who you're supposed to shoot, okay? That would be pretty important in the not dying portion. What's another reason why you would need to know? You would need to have uniforms. You need to present a united front. You look larger when you're all in the same color, right? So that's another part of it. But are all uniforms exactly the same? No. How do we signify power in a world of sameness? Our clothes, right? So they get bars, and they get patches, and they get tassely things. There's going to be some military person that's going to be really mad I just called them that, right? They go from pointy hat. Yeah, oh, thank you, Jesus. Pointy hat to flatty hat to slouchy hat, right? And so the idea is that at a moment's notice, I can figure out who I should be following based on their clothing. So they take this idea and they drop it on top of the American workforce, and they create this idea of the white collar uniform, right? And men across our country, now luckily you guys have gotten smart and started to buck this, but across our country right now there are people in Phoenix where it's 120 degrees who are gonna get up and put on an undershirt, a long sleeve shirt. What else are they gonna put on? Tie, jacket, pants, wool socks, and shoes. It's 120. Y'all, it's 100 and feel like forever in here, right? Many of you come here to just Alabama and you're like, why do I have to wear pants today? Pants. Ugh. Right? And the thing is that we are losing really great employees across the country right now because we're fighting about weird things like clothes. Or you can't have a blue streak in your hair and work for us. Dude, that person sits at a cubicle, okay? They interact with 0 clients. You are talking to them about something that is not in any way reflective of the quality of work that they can produce. And so now you've got this muchness of generations who feels very good about themselves that looks at you and says, yeah, you can't turn your computer on, so I'm gonna wear my blue hair, right? And we are so mad, right? It's the muchness that we don't quite know what to do with. So my challenge to you today would be to find the areas of your muchness, decide what needs growth and what is something that you're going to just embrace. What's going to be something that you're just going to get okay with. And then I would encourage you to give yourself a break. You're not Superwoman. You don't belong on Pinterest. You're probably never going to get that blog off the ground. All right? And that's okay. Your kid doesn't have to look perfect every single day. Your job is not going to be wonderful all day, every day. You don't have to pretend like you're happy all day, every day. You can occasionally hate everyone. Now, as long as you do nothing with that, it's all right. Okay? The bottom line is you are not too much. You are just enough of you. You're just enough of you. Find out how your you is supposed to be used to do good. Find your purpose, embrace the weird parts of you, and go be awesome. Go be too much.